Hello everyone and welcome back to another Trailmakers tutorial. Today we are going to be building an Expo nugget like promised in last video. So, a recap on Expo. What is Expo? Expo is a glitch that allows you to redirect the drag of it basically allows you to redirect your drag to create forward thrust instead of backwards thrust, which would slow you down. So, first we're going to start off with the Space Fighter cockpit. You can use technically any cockpit as long as it's not go-kart seat, because, well, while go-kart seat might work, if you have deaths on, you will die from the immense amount of speed and G-force. First, we're going to start off with our movement, which are going to be three gyros, one for roll and one for pit and two for pitch. Make sure that they're both at 10 strength, and make sure that their controls are for pitch and roll. As you can see, you can check the controls on this gyro and make sure everything's lined up. Same thing with this one. Now we are going to put in a tail fin, a very simple tail fin, just like this. This will make sure that we stay stabilized, because Expo can be quite powerful at times, but even this might not be enough, if I'm being honest. So that's why we're going to be adding a yaw gyro, which we can set to RB and LB, and of course have it at 10 strength. Now we are going to be adding our Expo itself. So we're going to be putting 2 hinges, or 4 hinges technically, 2 on both sides, and make sure that the green arrow is pointing this way so that it will rotate this way, and the direct inverse so it will rotate this way. And now what we are going to do is we are going to set our angle to 31 degrees, put steering help at 0, put the speed on 2, or really whatever you want. Make sure that strength is at 100. We are going to be setting our activation input to A, and we're going to be putting it on toggle. Then we are going to be building out 4 grid blocks on each side, like this, and then we're going to be adding 1 extra for the cap ends. Then we are going to be putting 2 grid blocks on the front. That will be support for zero drag. Next, we are going to be putting our, what's it called? Next, we are going to be putting in the block that does the Expo itself, the rounded inverted 1x2. We are going to be putting it kind of like this. And then we are going to invert it exactly like this on the other side. Let me just real quickly compare it with another build that uses Expo to make sure that it's, well, correct. Let's see, we don't want splitter engine, we want this one. Okay, that appears to be correct. Now, we are going to apply our zero drag, which is very simple. We are going to be using detachable blocks. So, we're going to be putting them kind of like this, and then we are going to duplicate them on that side. So, 6 on each side with 2 on the top there, and then we are going to have 4 like this. And then we are going to zero drag our tail fin, so we're just going to simply do this, which is relatively simple. Then we are going to select all of the detachable blocks. We're going to make them on make scrap, and then set their activation to A. So whenever we engage the Expo, our zero drag will also engage. Now we are going to add the engines, which we probably should have done before zero drag, but you know, who cares? It'll be fine. We are going to put three propellers on each side, so 6 in total, which will give us just enough thrust. And now we're going to review and make sure we have everything right. We're going to check the controls on our gyros, the controls on our zero drag, make sure that the angles and everything are correct on our Expo. And whenever you exit Builder, it should look like this upon pressing A. The Expo wings should be facing inward, not outward. If they're facing outward, it will not work. They must be facing inward. Check and make sure everything's good. And then we can finally do the takeoff. The way you know that your Expo is working after you take off is that once you let off the throttle, you will notice that you are still accelerating. If you look at the speedometer, we are still accelerating even though we are facing sort of upward. So then, if you know that you're still accelerating, you can just hold RT and accelerate, and you will notice that our acceleration will continuously keep increasing and increasing and increasing until eventually we lose control and we either explode or we just, lose control. Expo has multiple uses, such as potentially hypersonic bombers, fighter aircraft that can go super, super fast, or in general just messing around. Now, if you want to strengthen the Expo, you can either A, add more hinges to make it to where, well, in order to prevent explosions, you can either add more hinges, change to rotating servos, or you can, do weld locking. But weld locking is a bit more complex, and I'll do that in another tutorial. If we want to increase the power of the Expo itself, all you have to do is that you have to simply just duplicate the wing. So you can simply change this out for, you can just change it out like that. And then you can do this on both sides. And now you can extend the zero drag so that it covers all those areas. And then once you exit Builder and you take off, you will notice that the strength of your Expo has increased significantly, meaning that now you start accelerating at lower speeds. Now you can probably hit higher speeds because, the Expo will be stronger. There we go. Whee! Whee! Oh no, the board. Ow. Oh, well, now I'm going upward. Anyways, if you like the Expo tutorial, let me know down in the description. And I hope that I will see you in the next YouTube video where we will be talking about either rotary engine, which is a type of UFO engine, or armor core.